Hey again. Okay, today let's do a quick talk about sublimation and what it is and how it works. Okay, sublimation is when you print onto a specialized paper with a specialized ink and then you heat press that transfer onto 100% polyester items or polyester coated items. When you heat press it, the inks turn into a gas and then it permanently infuses into the polyester, into the fibers, okay? So, for example, this is a sublimation print that I did with a Ricoh printer. And what you do is you design your image on your software. I use Photoshop. And then after that, you print it onto your paper and then you press it onto the heat press, with the heat press, which I'll show you how to do. Sublimation, you can do a ton of things with it. You can do phone cases, you can do mouse pads. This is a mouse pad we've done. You can do flip-flops, you can do notepads, you can do t-shirts. I don't normally use it for t-shirts because, like I said, it has to be 100% polyester for it to be the full bright colors and for it to last as long as it should. And polyester shirts are kind of thin and not really the best type of shirts for me personally. And most people don't like polyester, 100% polyester shirts unless it's like the, athletic type of shirt. It has a lot of options. Like here's a license plate that's finished, and then all those those baby blankets you see that have the monogram all over, like the names and monograms, like so. These are usually sublimated. These baby blankets are 30 inches by 40 inches. So whenever I do these, I actually do 4 transfers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I press one section at a time, and then that's how you get the full blanket sublimated. Whenever you're looking at buying a printer, some of them only print 8.5 by 11, like a standard printer. Others will do like 11 by 17. And then some of them you can get like a bypass tray, and you can go, like the one we have, we can do 13 inches by 19 inches. The reason why we went with the bigger one, at the time, we weren't doing videos or anything like that, but I really wanted to do glass cutting boards, the large glass cutting boards. And so we had to have the big one to do that. And I wanted to do those blankets in less presses. So I went with the larger one, and I mean, I'm glad I did. It's a little more expensive, but we've definitely got our use out of it, and we can print 3 license plates at a time rather than just 1 or 2. So let's show you the printer. Okay, so this is our sublimation printer. It's a Ricoh. The inks do go bad, so you need to have a thing that lets you know when you installed it and when they expire. And see, that's our bypass tray on the back. This extra piece right here is what lets us do the 13 by 19 pages instead of the standard 11 by 13 or 11 by 17, something like that. Okay, one of the things you do need to know about a sublimation printer is they can get clogged. I don't have any personal experience with the Epson, but I have heard that Epson printers get clogged easily. I can't say that for a fact or anything, but we've had this one for 2 years and haven't had any issues. And then as far as pressing, every material, every item, like you can do koozies, can coolers, like so many things, pillowcases, anything that's polyester or polyester coated, you can press and sublimate. So, I mean, you can do a ton of things with it. But each item will have its own time and temperature that it needs. For instance, the license plates that we're going to do in a minute, those I press for 65 seconds at 365 degrees. At light to medium pressure on my press, I think it's like 35 psi. We used to do more and it was a pain, so you might have some trial and error whenever you first start sublimation, but if it's something you're looking into, there's a ton you can do with it. Also, to design the image, we use Photoshop. And like pretty much all printers, you're gonna have to have certain printer profiles to get the right colors. If you just plug it in and print off, no telling what colors you're gonna get. So there's like printer profiles that you download into whatever editing software you're gonna use, and then that's how you print it, so that the printer is talking to the computer and you get the colors that you're expecting. Also, whenever you print off sublimation transfers, they always look very muted, so you won't see your true colors until you actually press the item. So that makes it a little difficult. It's a good idea to print out a color chart when you first get it, and then that way you can always match up the code so you know exactly what color you're gonna get when you press it. And also, different materials will have different color results. Okay, so I already designed this in Photoshop and printed it out, and whenever you do this, anytime you design or whatever, you want to have it a little bit bigger than your actual blank, so that you don't have to have it perfectly on there and you won't have any kind of weird white border or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and move over to our press, and I'll show you how this works. Okay, so we're at our press, and I'm going to show you actually how to press these license plates. You hear that air compressor in the back, sorry about that. Okay, so when you're pressing metal, you can put the transfer on bottom or on top. Whenever you're pressing the baby blankets, you want to have the transfer on the top so it gets the full heat. So if this were a baby blanket that we were pressing, it would go first, and then your transfer would go on top, and you would press it that way. But the nice thing about when you press metal, because it heats up all the way through, you can actually put your transfer on the bottom. Let's see if I can move this closer. Okay, so we have our transfer. Oh, also with sublimation, it's going to print backwards. It's going to mirror the image. Whenever you set up your printer in your Photoshop or whatever, you can set it up to automatically do that, because when you press it and lift it, then it'll be correct. So you can tell that the image is mirrored because it has a word on it. But normally you can't really tell. Okay, so all we're gonna do is put our transfer down like that. You don't have to pre-press license plates or anything like that. You want to make sure there's no fuzz or anything, because if there is, you'll get like these random little blue or red marks. I usually just wipe it on my jeans. They're pretty easy to get any lint off of metal like that. Okay, so we got that, and if you can tell, I kind of just put it in the middle so that there's a little bit of ink all around it. Let's see if I can leave that there. Come on, camera, work with me. Okay, yeah. See how there's a little bit of ink all the way around? That way I won't have any weird white border or anything. Okay, so after I get that there, we're gonna cover it with Teflon sheet, and we're gonna go ahead and press it. 365, 65 seconds, 35 PSI, which 35 PSI is light to medium pressure on a regular press. Okay. Okay, so 65 seconds later. Okay, we have to be very careful. You should wear heat gloves for this because it is very hot. So what we're gonna do is I'm just going to lift it, and I'm going to just drop it on either the tile floor, or a lot of times I just use this blanket because it's just a mess up. Okay, I'll show you that. And as you can see, the colors are a lot brighter now that they have been pressed. Super pretty. If you press license plates for too long, the paper will actually start to like melt into the polyester, and you won't get that shine like you have right here with these. But it's pretty easy. In general, sublimation is very easy. The hardest part is just getting your printer settings right. And a lot of companies that sell the printer will actually help you do that. So just depending on where you buy it. I'll put a link below on the printer that I have, or a brand that is, I have Ricoh, but Ricoh just switched to Sawgrass or something like that. So I'll put a link to whatever the current one is that I have. But I hope this video was helpful. I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, bye guys. Hey, one more thing I totally forgot to tell you. If you want to do the baby blankets, I did make a template that I gave away for free on our Facebook group. I'll post a link on our Facebook page or under this video, and I'll go ahead and upload it to the website. So if anybody wants that template to make a baby blanket like that and doesn't want to have to design the thing from scratch, you're welcome to have it. It's just a free thing I made, and it's all using free fonts, so you're welcome to download that, and hopefully that will help y'all out. Thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe and like our Facebook page. Bye.